We're going to make a Christmas wreath. So for our first step, what we are going to do is we are going to take our 28-inch piece of green ribbon. Now you can use the bright green like I have here, or you could use like an evergreen, a darker green color, which is just as lovely. So what you'll do is you're going to take your 28-inch piece of green ribbon and you're going to glue one end of it to a dowel rod. Turn it this way, it's easier for me to roll it. And then what we're going to do is we are going to roll it tightly down the dowel rod until you've got all 28 inches rolled on there. When you get to the other end, you're just going to glue the other end down onto the dowel rod. Now after you've got it all rolled on, what you'll do is you're going to place the dowel rod on a piece of aluminum foil. It's hard to see, I'm sure, with the flash on. But you're going to place your rod with your rolled ribbon on your piece of tin foil, and you're going to put it in the oven at 200 degrees for 10 minutes. Now, when the 10 minutes is over, you'll take it out of the oven, and you're going to just pull the ribbon off of the dowel rod. Now, it will be sufficiently curly, but to help it maintain its curl, you want to take some stiffened stuff or some starch, spray starch like you would use in your laundry, and you're just going to spray it. Not too heavily, but enough to where it is, been sprayed. And you want to let that dry. Now, once it is dry, you're going to end up with a piece of ribbon much like this. What we are going to do with this is, to start with, my one end kind of lost a little bit of its curl, but that's all right. We will take one side of it and we're going to make a small loop. All right, we're going to take one end, we'll glue it into the other so that we have made our small loop here on one end. Okay, so let's get a little glue on there. I'm going to come around, I'm going to stick it right in here. Okay. So we have a small loop. We're just going to wrap the curled ribbon back around the small loop to make another loop that comes around. Okay, so you have a double loop. Now that's going to work out perfect. I can cut that off. Make sure that I heat seal that. Ooh, got my finger. Okay. So we've wrapped our curled ribbon back around, and we're going to glue this loose end back up here to the top where we glued the first loop down. So I cut off that little excess piece that didn't curl so well, and I'm re-wrapping. Now as you're wrapping around, you want to periodically put a little bit of glue and glue your two loops together. Doesn't have to be a lot of glue. But just where they match up fairly well, you want to put a little bit of glue in there. It's just going to help them hold together. Holding for a few seconds, give that a chance to dry. And once you've gotten back around to the top, you're just going to glue that loose end down to complete the wreath. What I found was easiest is to just take it, kind of curl that last curl around the small loop, and then glue it down there on the top. There we go. All right, so we have our wreath that has been completed. All right, we're now going to set that wreath aside for just a moment, and we're going to take our 7-inch piece of red ribbon. Now I'm using polka dotted. You don't have to. You could use whatever Christmas colory ribbon you would like. And we're going to cut both ends at an angle and then heat seal. Okay, after you've done that, we're going to lay the ribbon down, and if you are using a patterned ribbon, you want to make sure that your pattern is facing down. We're going to find the middle. Let me find my middle real fast. The easiest way I found to do that is just fold it in half. Okay. Put a little crease there. That way you'll know where it is. Okay. And we're going to fold the left end of the ribbon back and across the middle, kind of at a downward angle. Okay. All right, then we're going to bring the right side back across, just like this. All right, we're going to kind of just pick it up, holding that together, and using a needle and thread, we're going to make one small stitch up the center, starting from the back. Try not to get your finger. Okay. All right, pull that through. Then you want to gently crease down. Okay. And we're going to wrap tightly around the center 2 or 3 times. All right, and then tie it off in the back. Ouch. Once you've tied it off, you can go ahead and snip off that excess thread. All right, now I'm going to put a small rhinestone right here in the center of my little red bow to cover up the thread. Glue there. All right, now I'm going to take my bow and I'm going to glue it up here to the top of my wreath, kind of covering where you glued all the ends down together. Now, you can attach your wreath to a lined clip to a headband, or you could even use it as the center to a layered bow.